that brings us to our city cases, City of Valdosta. Mr. Martin, would you like to present?
It will be Amy presenting this one.
Presenting this case.
Thank you, Amy.
So this is a conditional use permit request by Tracy and Camala Wiles to operate a bed and breakfast inn within the historical overlay district. The subject property is currently zoned single-family residential, R10, and located at 200 East College Street. That's about 2 blocks east of VSU main campus. The property contains an existing 2-story historic single-family home. Right here you can see the character areas, established residential, and this is just an aerial view of the home. And then this is a site schedule, what they're proposing to do, but I'll come back to that. I'm trying to get to this right here. This is the subject property, which is a 2-story historic single-family residence, 4,556 square feet, which is owner occupied by the applicant, and they are proposing to continue occupying the residence while periodically hosting travelers in their home as a traditional bed and breakfast. So the surrounding neighborhood is predominantly residential, featuring a mix of single-family homes, townhomes, and apartment buildings. This is the viewpoint. I think this is looking south on Slater, so you can see that area. This is actually the side of the house facing Slater. This is the rear of the house where the parking, that's where they're gonna have their tenants park, or not tenants, but, their guest park. This is the interior view of the home right now. From a few years ago. Adjacent properties, this sits right next to the house on the east. And this is looking, east, yeah, further east down on College. And this is right across the street, in front of the home. This is a small apartment building. I don't know how many apartments are in there.
Looks like there are 8.
About 8 in there,
Units
yeah, so there's a small apartment building there. And then this is the west viewpoint with I think it's the Norma Cumberland house right there, and it's part of the Christ Episcopal Church. So let me go back to the site sketch so y'all can see that again. On the site sketch, you see the main house, the garage, the subject property where parking will take place, so they have sufficient parking for guests. Staff recommendation is that we find it consistent with the comprehensive plan and the conditional use review, and recommend approval to the city council, subject to the following conditions. Approval shall be granted in the name of the applicant only for a bed and breakfast inn in R10 zoning in the historical overlay district for the existing building in accordance with LDR sections 2010-6 and 2018-3, section H. The property should continue to maintain its residential character and historic appearance as approved by the Historic Preservation Commission. All parking shall be on site and located in the rear yard only, as you can see once again on this side sketch. Signage shall be limited to either one incidental wall sign not to exceed 5 square feet or one freestanding sign not to exceed 4 square feet and 3 feet in height. Conditional use approval shall expire after 2 years from the date of approval if no business license application has been submitted by that date. Also, within their community, the neighborhood board has met, and they are in support of the bed and breakfast. We also received a letter of support from one of the board members, Kate Van Dyke. She lives across the street from the subject property. And so I'll turn it over to you for a motion and vote for your recommendation.
Thank you. Any questions for staff?
No, just a correction, Amy, you said in LDR section 2010-6 and 2018, I think you meant 210-6, 218?
Yeah, 210-6, 218.
That's correct. Any questions, Steve? So, I'm just curious, Amy, so is there any hard surface parking here? I mean, I don't see it notated here, or is that just going to be?
It's already existing.
Is it? Okay.
Site photos for the rear of the lot, there's 2 driveways. You
Okay.
see the garage door with the little driveway that holds, I think, 2 cars coming straight off the Slater.
Fair
And then
enough.
there's a parking area next to that that holds 5 or 6 cars, so plenty of room for parking. The condition is so there's parking in these driveways, not along the side of the street.
So just one follow-up question, and I'll let you go. So would this have to go through the same type zoning if it's gonna be an Airbnb?
This is requested to be an Airbnb.
Uh,
It's eligible because it's in the local historic district with residential zoning. If it were not in the historic district, it would not be.
I didn't know if the historical district triggered this whole bed and breakfast thing. I'm not sure.
Yeah. It's a special requirement of the overlay district that coincides with the historic district. Technically 2 separate things, but the same geography. It's not something we run into very often. You might remember about 5 or 6 years ago, 3 doors down, we had this exact same scenario for a house
206.
that was approved. In fact, these conditions being recommended are based on that approval 5 or 6 years ago.
I think it looks great.
Just to confirm, the adjacent property to the east, the carriage house, that is no longer the same owners, correct?
Correct. Different parcel of land, different owner. In fact, I think it's also owner occupied.
It
We went
was,
through a pretty substantial renovation a couple years ago.
I hope so.
If you look at it, it
You
is
see the photos,
quite
definitely.
a bit different than it used to
It
be.
has been a separate track for a while, but it was the same.
I just see that.
Any further questions for staff? All right. Is there anyone here that would like to speak in favor of this case? Step on up, please. Please state your name and address.
Good evening, Commissioners. My name is Tracy Rose. This is Camala Wiles. We reside at and are the owners of 200 East College Street, just a block from Valdosta State University. We are here today to ask for your recommendation for approval of a conditional use permit that would allow us to open Rose Wiles Bed and Breakfast, which is a small family-run, inclusive B&B inside our 100-year-old home. Our home, which was designed by Lloyd Greer, is a really beautiful example of early 20th century Valdosta architecture, and we fell in love with it immediately, not just for its character and its craftsmanship, but for the story that it tells about the community's history. And that is why we moved to Valdosta. Our vision is very simple. It's to share that story and to build on it through hospitality. We want guests to experience Valdosta not just as visitors, but as neighbors. To enjoy a warm breakfast, to experience Valdosta, not just as a drive-through, but as part of the community. And to have a welcoming and inviting space to do that, and genuine conversation in a setting that kind of feels like a home away from home. And we understand the value of maintaining the residential and historic integrity of this home and in this neighborhood. And that's why our model is very small scale, quiet, owner occupied. We will live in the home full time with our guests, and we're limiting ourselves to just a few guest rooms, and no large gatherings, no outside events, no restaurant or commercial signage beyond what's historically appropriate. And we are only going to do it on the weekends. Our guests will typically be parents visiting VSU students or travelers exploring South Georgia or heritage tourists who value staying in a historic property that's within walking distance to downtown or campus or to the stadium for games. And I'm sure the occasional in-law visiting will pop up as well. Approval of the conditional use permit is going to benefit Valdosta in several key ways, we think. One, through historic preservation. We are investing in the longevity and the legacy of this thoughtfully restored 100-year-old home. And we plan on protecting the structure and the story for future generations. Two, through tourism and economic growth, our guests will spend money locally, and that's a good thing. And this, they're going to shop at the downtown shops, they're going to go to the restaurants, they're going to go to events, and that's going to strengthen small businesses in Valdosta. Three, by community character. So unlike hotels, a bed and breakfast is very personal. It fosters connection and it showcases the heart of Valdosta through local hospitality. Four, safety and stewardship. So as owner occupants, we will maintain the property every day, keep it beautiful, and ensure that the neighborhood remains safe and respected. And 5, through inclusive hospitality, we will be a space where all people feel welcome, families, solo travelers, guests from every background. We believe hospitality should reflect the warmth and diversity of Valdosta itself. And we've already spoken with several people in our neighborhood and local business owners, and we've been very encouraged by their support. We're committed to being good neighbors. We are committed to maintaining the character of the street and ensuring that there's minimal traffic and noise impact. Everything we do, in short, will be in line with the spirit of both the historic district guidelines and the comprehensive plan for the city. So at its heart, our proposal isn't really about just running a business. We have full-time jobs. It's about preserving history and extending hospitality and investing in Valdosta's future. And we want to breathe new life into this apparently beloved and well-known home in our neighborhood. And it's one that's going to welcome guests the same way we feel like Valdosta has welcomed us since we've been here. So we thank you for your time, we thank you for your service, and we thank you for your consideration, and we respectfully request for your recommendation for approval.
Thank you, ladies. Any questions for the applicants? Just as an aside, you know that last year we had a Lloyd Greer tour, and there were about 28 homes on tour. And I don't know, my office was one of them, but that might come up again, just in case you're interested.
We were just on the tour of Bramble, Georgia Trust. Yeah, we did out of we were on the Bramble, and that was very well received.
Excellent. Thank you.
Plan on taking a lot of that. Thank you.
Good luck. All right. Is there anyone here that would like to speak against this case? There being none, we will close the public discussion on this one. Any further questions for staff? So, I just have one. There is a limit of the stay, correct? Is it 14-day limit?
It is, and on page 4 of your staff report, it's the supplemental standards for bed and breakfast inns. It gets into the different classifications of lodging facilities. This is the one at the low end of the list.
Thank you, Matt. At this point, we'll entertain a motion.
Mr. Chairman, regarding CU-2025-08, I recommend that we recommend approval to the city of Valdosta.
Motion.
Second.
Is that with the
Roundtree and
conditions?
Graham.
Oh, I'm sorry, Matt, you were right, with
With
the stated recommended conditions.
All right.